Hello guys, Brick Tipster here and welcome to a LEGO Lord of the Rings video. Now with the Rings of Power coming out this week, I just wanted to go ahead and shoot a video on my Lord of the Rings and Hobbit collection I have and talk about why every LEGO collector should have at least a couple sets from Lord of the Rings and from The Hobbit. Now we'll go ahead and just talk about what do I have. Now you can see that I have 3 sealed sets here. We have Gandalf Arrives, we have Shelob Attacks, and then we have the Mines of Moria. Those are 3 of the 12 sets that they came out with in the Lord of the Rings line. There were 3 poly bags, so there's a total of 15 sets altogether if you include those 3 poly bags. I do own all of them, though 3 of them are sealed. The rest of them have been opened, displayed, and then washed and then put back into bags for safekeeping. And then The Hobbit came out with 18 total, 14 sets, 4 poly bags. I have all 4 poly bags and 7 of the sets for a total of 11 of the 18. Now, I actually did have all of the sets. I did sell a couple just to pay for basically how much it cost me to get the Lord of the Rings sets, which I'll explain that really quickly. So, a lot of the sets, or the minifigures that you see here, come from a bunch of Lord of the Rings sets and some Hobbit sets. I found a guy on Facebook that was selling his entire collection of Lord of the Rings, as well as most of the Hobbit sets for $500. Now, I was just like blown away. That was my dream, because during the time that these sets came out, I was not buying Lego. That was more of that dark age I was in, and the money could just not go to Lego. I had to go to more important things, so I did not have the money for those Legos. So to see the entire collection of Lord of the Rings and most of the Hobbit sets on Facebook, that just threw me. I went ahead and I sold Gandalf Arrives, Shelob Attacks, and the Mines of Moria from his collection in order to actually fund for the entire purchase of the Hobbit sets and the Lord of the Rings sets that I got from him. With that being said, I wanted to take the minifigures from those used sets. Let me set Smaug off to the side. By the way, this is literally the best molded animal I think Lego has ever created. It's even got printing on it. It even shows like right there where he got stabbed by that one spear. Amazing figure. It cost you about $200 to get him now, but just not figure, but animal. He is just amazing. So I'll go ahead and take off this and kind of talk about the minifigures I have here. This is a Ninjago display case. I love using the sand green Ninjago display cases just because they're really clean. I think the sand green just looks so much better than the blue and the red. I just don't think it looks really good. It just takes away from the characters. So I went ahead and got the sand green. Now, what I did is I pulled a lot of the minifigures from those sets that I got from the guy on Facebook and put them in this display case. And since I sold these versions earlier, I actually found some of the minifigures that were in those sets, other places for really cheap, and so I could have a complete case here. And I'll talk about, I am missing one from the Lord of the Rings, and I'll get to him later. And I did put a couple Hobbit figures inside of here just because I think they were cool. I do not have space for the rest of the figures that I own, so I just went ahead and just put a couple notable ones in here, and we'll talk about those a little bit later. So let's get started with the Uruk-hai. My friends love this display case because of the massive amount of Uruk-hai. They're not easy to get, especially these guys with the white hand on them, but they're just a really cool army to try to army build with. And it really helps if you bought several of those Uruk-hai army sets that were kind of, an attachment to the Helm's Deep set. But they're just amazing figures. I have some more, but they didn't have like the armor and such. So I went ahead and just kept them out. We have the Berserker right here. He caused a lot of trouble for Helm's Deep. Yep. Pretty nice guy there. And then back in there we have Grima Wormtongue. He, of course, was the counsel to King Theoden, which we'll get to in a little bit, but that's King Theoden. He is actually worth, I think, the most out of all Lord of the Rings minifigures, excluding Blue Coat Bilbo, which I'm not going to even talk about that just because I just don't agree at all why Blue Coat Bilbo would be worth more than all these, but that's Grima Wormtongue. In front here, I'll get rid of this Berserker. I mean, he killed himself anyway. We'll grab Sauron. Just want to talk quickly about the quality of printing. Now, granted, in 2012, we didn't have very much as far as it goes as arm printing, but man, did they do a great job with new molds and also torso and leg printing on these figures. As you can see, there's a little bit of that shimmer right there with the silver. I just thought he was an amazing figure. He came in the Tower of Orthanc. You can get him actually in a cheaper set called the Wizard Battle, but you did not get that bottom, kind of like the dress piece as it's known. So that was just a great way to get him into that Tower of Orthanc, but that was a $200 set. It also came with the eagle up here, and the eagle also was shown, I believe it was in the Black Gate set. So let's go ahead and move on. We have some ring race here on the left and right. I actually have a total of 4 of them, but as I can say, I can only display so much in this display case. And actually then we have the Witch King here from actually a $15 set. It was a Hobbit set and actually came out with Lord Elrond, and then it also came with Galadriel right there. It was, like I said, a $15 set, came with all 3 minifigures. One fun thing about the Witch King is I was actually in bed and I had this display case in my room, and I saw something glowing in my display case. I had no idea that beautiful face right there actually glowed in the dark. No idea. So that was just fun fact that I figured out later. Speaking of faces, this guy definitely has one. And that is the Mouth of Sauron. If you watch the extended edition, I believe that's only the place that you would actually see him, was in the extended edition of Return of the King. Really awesome figure, has like this kind of rubbery, a little bit of flexibility, which is great on his helmet right there. But he's a really cool minifigure, also found in the Black Gate set. We have some Moria orcs. I actually bought those separately because currently I only had them in the Mines of Moria set, which I had sealed. But I went ahead and I bought some of those separately just so they could fill my case. We have Azog right here with his mouth open with his angry face. They did come out with 2 of them, one with the mouth closed, one with it open. I felt like this one was a better of the 2, so I went ahead and purchased, I got him, and I just really enjoyed him because the set he came in is one set that I did not have, so I just purchased him separately. And then we have a Mordor orc in the back here. This thing that you probably noticed already is, I think Badur is how you say it. But it is Sauron's tower. I have the eye from the wizard battle set that I was talking about that come with Gandalf over there, and also it came with Sauron but without the dress piece. And I saw this on Google and I just thought it was such a cool resemblance of his tower, and so I went ahead and built that and put that in display. In the back we have King Theoden. King Theoden's armor is just crazy. Let's go ahead and dismount him here. Get off. Get off. All right, so here he is. Wonderful shield. We see that armor piece, great. The horses right there. Love the fact that you see kind of like that horse design in his helmet. Let's get a little bit closer here. I gotta put my hand here. Give me a second. All right, there we go. And you see that kind of that horse pattern right there. Just wonderful figure. Love him. Just love all the effort that Lego put into this new line. They made that new sword, which I think that newer sword with the Black Knights or Black Falcons looks way better, which I probably will replace, but he's just an amazing figure. We have some of the Rohirrim and also, of course, the Rohan archers. Over here, we have the King of the Dead, as well as some of the other dead. I figured also out while I was in bed that those guys actually glow in the dark. Their faces glow in the dark as well, which is pretty creepy. Fortunately, they redeemed themselves at the end of the movie. So we have a warg in the back right here, and Aramir is shoving a spear into his mouth. Right here, we have Bilbo in the front, taken from, of course, the Hobbit set. And then we have a elven archer, and then I forgot her name in the back. I'm sorry, lady. I don't actually like The Hobbit very much. I think that was a consensus with a lot of Lord of the Rings fans. The Hobbit was just not what everyone loved. And so I don't really remember all of their names. But yeah, I also needed this guy 100% because his printing was so cool. His name is currently escaping me, so you have to forgive me on that one. I know he's like the main character, but totally forgot it. But he's a really awesome character. I loved that helmet hair piece combo, so I had to have him. I'll put him back. And then we'll go in, and this is Legolas's dad, Threndi or Thurendal or something like that. Forgot his name. And then we have Bard from The Hobbit and Bard's son. And then we have Lord Elrond. I mentioned earlier that you could get him in the set that came with the Witch King and Galadriel. You could also get him in a polybag. I believe the polybag is it was like a promotion if you bought the video game, the Lord of the Rings video game that came out in 2013, I believe it was. You could get actually a different version of Lord Elrond, which I just thought was really cool. Really cool. Right in the front here, we have Aragorn. Love the printing. This is his kingly armor that he was wearing in Return of the King. Really cool guy there. We have Samwise Gamgee, seen also in, of course, this set, but he is a wonderful character. And then we have Frodo, and then we have Gollum, and then we have Merry in the back on the Weathertop set, which came with, of course, those 2 ring wraiths. And one Hobbit that we're currently missing, as you probably could tell, was Pippin, the guy that got into a lot of trouble during the Fellowship of the Ring. But I'm missing Pippin, and I looked at how much he cost, and I decided to wait to buy him to complete my display, since I know I already do have him. We'll set this off to the side. He is here, right here in the Moria set here. And then we'll look at a couple more here. We have Strider in the back. And then we have Boromir. The only thing Boromir is missing is his shield. I got him for really, really cheap because, again, he is in the Mines of Moria set. And, of course, I don't want to just open up the set just to take the minifigures out. So I did not go that route. And so I just need his shield. And then we have Gandalf the White here in the back. Gandalf the Gray. And then we have Legolas, and then we have Gimli. We'll go ahead and get down lower because Gimli is short as well. But those are the display case that I just really wanted to showcase to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you were inspired and also want to get some of these Lord of the Rings sets because they are really awesome sets to have and just really amazing minifigures that Lego clearly put a lot of effort into. And I just love them all. And here's a final pan of all of them. Of course, the Berserker who died is over there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you loved it, I would love a like on the video as well as subscribe for more content. Again, thank you so much for watching this video in its entirety. It really helps out the channel. And if you have any questions, please add a comment down below. Or if you also have a comment, talk about what sets that you have or what was your favorite Lord of the Rings sets or how would you rank the Lord of the Rings sets as far as your favorites. Please leave that below. I'd love to start that conversation with you guys. All right, well, have a great rest of your day and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.